Need computer training for a group or office? Contact us today to get a free demo of our training at www.teachucomp.com/enterprise-licensing.
The taskbar at the bottom of the Elements application window contains various functions within the organizer. Clicking the Hide Panel button at the left side of the taskbar will both hide and show the Organize panel at the left side of the organizer. You can use this feature to create more viewing space within the organizer window if needed. Clicking the Undo button that appears to the right allows you to undo your last action with one simple click. To redo an action that you have undone, click the drop-down button that appears to the right of this Undo button, and then click the Redo button in the menu that appears. You can select an image and then click the Rotate button to rotate a selected media file 45 degrees to the left. You can click the small black triangle to the right of this button to instead select to rotate the file in 45-degree increments to the right. In the next section of the taskbar, there are 3 buttons that are used to further organize your media files within your folders. You use these features to group media by adding media into 3 categories: people, places, and events. Once you assign media to these categories, you can filter media by those groups by clicking the corresponding group buttons in the Shortcuts bar just above the organizer window. To assign media to the people group, select the images in the organizer window that you wish to assign, and then click the Add People button in the taskbar. Now, if Photoshop Elements recognizes a face within the photo, then in the People Recognition dialog box that opens, you can click on the Who is this text just below the image of the person. You can then type a name for the person. Once you're finished naming the individuals, click the Save button. Once you've completed naming everyone in your selection, Elements will present you with a message letting you know that they are all named. Simply click OK at this message box. Once people are assigned, you can then click the People button in the Shortcuts bar to filter your results. Within the organizer window, images of each person will be grouped by stacks. You can then double-click on a stack to view all of the associated images. You can use the slider just above the organizer window to switch the thumbnail views from faces to photos in order to zoom in to the faces or zoom out to the entire size of the photos. If you want to view all of the media files with people assigned in all of your folders, simply click the People button at the top of the organizer window again. At any point, you can switch back to one of the other views, such as Media, by clicking one of those buttons. Assigning places to your media works in essentially the same way. First, select your files, then click the Add Places button in the taskbar. This time, in the Add Places dialog box that opens, you will see a large map. Type in an address, city, or other place into the Search text box, and then click the adjacent Search button. From the choices that appear under the Search box, click on the location of your choice. The map will then display that location. In the Place Media Here text box that appears, click the green check mark to assign the place or the red Cancel button to start over. When you are done, just click the Done button in the lower right corner. Once you assign a location, a small icon will appear on the map with a number indicating how many media files are assigned to that location. Later on, when you click the Places button in the Shortcuts bar, a map will appear on the right side of the application window. You will see the same icons on the map. Double-click one of those icons and the assigned images will appear at the left. Remember that you can view all media by once again clicking the Media button above the Organizer window. To assign an event, select your desired images and then click the Add Event button in the taskbar. The Add New Event pane appears at the right side of the window. Enter a name for the event into the Name text box. You can assign a start and end date to the event if you wish, by entering the dates into the two boxes, or by clicking the calendar icon next to each one and selecting the date. You can also enter a more detailed description into the Description text box. Then click the Done button. Now when you sort by events by clicking the Events button above the Organizer window, you will see the stacks of media assigned. You can further sort the results by using the Year drop-down and Month buttons in the Calendar pane that appears to the right. After the Slideshow button that appears in the taskbar, which we've already looked at, you will then see the Editor button. You can click this button to open the Elements Editor, which we start examining in the next chapter. The small downward pointing arrow just to the right of this button allows you to instead use an external editor, Adobe Photoshop, or video editor, Photoshop Premiere Elements. Of course, you have to have these applications installed on your computer for them to launch and work. To the right of the Zoom slider, which adjusts the size of the thumbnails within the Organizer window, you can click the Instant Fix button to launch the Photo Fix Options pane. These are quick fixes that you can apply to your images for common tasks such as removing red eye and adjusting color and contrast. Other than the Crop button, the fixes are all accomplished by selecting an image within the Organizer window and then clicking the desired button. If you click the Crop button, then the Crop window will open. As we'll learn in more detail later in this course, cropping removes unwanted areas of an image to enhance the composition. The area inside the border that appears is the area that will be saved when a crop is completed. You can adjust this area by rolling your mouse over the border until your cursor turns into a double-pointed arrow. Click and drag to define the new area to crop. You can click the Preview button to see what the cropped photo will look like. At any point, you can click the Cancel button to stop the crop, Reset to revert the image back to its original state, or click the Done button to crop the image to your specifications. Finally, clicking the Tags and Info button within the taskbar will toggle the display of the Keywords tags and information pane at the right on and off. We will be looking at assigning and managing keyword tags in the upcoming lessons. If you click the Information tab within that pane, you will see any information related to a selected file. You can expand and collapse the areas in the information pane by clicking the small black triangles to the left of the three group names: General, Metadata, and History. In this area, you will find information on the file, such as the name, ratings, and when the file was last edited and imported into the organizer. Remember that to turn the pane off, you simply click the Tags and Info button again to hide it.
Like what you see? Get a free demo of our training for groups of 5 or more at www.teachucomp.com/enterprise-licensing.